Okay, well, let me do some more of this real quick. Give me 1 second. There we go. Okay. So, um, Comic-Con, San Diego, Marvel. Uh, since everyone's talking about it, I figured I'd make my own video since I'm a huge Marvel fan. But I am actually like the last few months I haven't been as excited for Marvel as I used to be. Like when Endgame was coming out and Spider-Man, both of those are coming out, and the new shows, I was genuinely hyped. And now, like, okay, after Spider-Man No Way Home, I was like, okay, Marvel's kind of calming down now. Doctor Strange, I was really excited for that. And then after that, it was kind of like, eh, okay, cool. Miss Marvel's out. Okay. Thor Love and Thunder, pretty hyped for Mighty Thor, but that was about all I cared about for that before it came out. Now, obviously, I love the new Thor movie. It's really good, at least in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. And if I'm being honest, Miss Marvel's finale has already come out. Like, it already came out like a week ago, I think. I don't know. It came out a while back though, and I haven't watched it. I just literally today I just finished episode 3, I think. Yeah, I just finished episode 3 of Miss Marvel. Today. That episode came out like weeks ago, and I just finished it. I have been forcing myself to sit through that show because I genuinely do not like it. But after like middle act of episode 3, it started to pick up the pace and started getting better, and then the ending was pretty good of episode 3. Episodes 1 and 2, like, I had to force myself to sit through that because it was so corny and so bad. I genuinely hated episodes 1 and 2 of Miss Marvel. Like, I still do. I still think they're horrible. It's High School Musical without the musical and with Marvel characters in it and superhero powers. It didn't seem that good. It seemed like some sort of Disney XD high school show with superpowers. That's what it seemed like to me. And I hated the fact that it was like that because it's so annoying to watch something like that. And it's so hard to sit through that because it's just so bad and corny. The jokes are horrible as well. But I have my computer here with the picture of all of the new projects coming out, which I feel like one of these definitely should or might be canceled altogether because it doesn't like the Inhumans project. They canceled that and then they did it on Netflix and it ended up being horrible and nobody watched it. I feel like one of these on here, maybe two of these, is going to end up being exactly like that. No, I think only one. Well, we shall see. Probably two. I don't know. My dad hasn't. My dad refuses to watch Miss Marvel. I don't know why. Like, I understand the whole thing. Like, oh, they're building new characters. Like, Endgame, everything led up to that. A bunch of origin movies came out. The only difference is these aren't movies. These are origin TV shows, which is why people are less excited for them because they have to sit through an hour of it every single day of their lives. And the first one, like episodes 1 through 3 for all of these shows that have already been released, I have not liked. Like WandaVision, episode 1, 2, and even episode 3, I didn't care for. Episode 4, WandaVision picked up. Falcon and Winter Soldier, I didn't care for that show at all. But episodes 1, 2, and 3 were pretty bad. What else came out? I already forgot. Loki. Episode 1, 2. Episodes 1 and 2 of Loki I didn't like because they were confusing. Once episode 3 came around and everything was kind of like, chill, I was like, okay, I understand everything, sort of. Everything's starting to pick up. Episode 4 of Loki really explained a lot. Um, and that's when I started to like Loki a lot. And I was like, okay, this is a really good show. I'm going to watch this. Moon Knight, episode 1, it was kind of weird. The ending was the only good part when he's beating the crap out of that dog or whatever. Episode 2 was pretty good. Episode 3 is when it started to pick up the pace a little bit. Episode 4, 5, and 6, amazing. What If? Episode 1 of What If was really cool because it's something we haven't seen before. But looking back on it, episode 1 was decent compared to the rest. Episode 2, I don't remember what it was about. Episode 3, I know everybody hated episode 3 of that show because it was Hank Pym as Hank Pym as Yellow Jacket killing all the Avengers, and it just wasn't that appealing to everybody. Let's see, what was episode 2 about? I'm trying to remember. Oh, episode 2 was T'Challa. Everybody loved that episode. Everybody wanted to see T'Challa.
Can you say it again?
Alexa thought I was talking to her.
Sorry, I didn't find a group or device named bedroom.
What is happening? Well, that's not scary at all. Anyway. We shall continue. But yeah, all of those shows, the first couple episodes are actually pretty mid. The rest of it's decent. The rest of it picks up and it gets better. Miss Marvel, I guess it's just like that. I don't know. I had the post-credit scene spoiled for me already. Captain Marvel shows up somehow out of nowhere, magically knows that Miss Marvel's doing all this. But yeah, I'm probably gonna watch episode 4 tonight or tomorrow. I have a camp all of next week, all this coming week, which I don't want to go to, but I have to because I'm going to high school. So we're gonna discuss the new shows and the new movies that came out with San Diego Comic-Con. So, I think they said, what was it, like, Black Panther is going to be the end of Phase 4. And Phase 5 is going to start with Ant-Man. Ant-Man and the Wasp, the new Ant-Man Quantumania movie. That's going to be cool. I'm pretty hyped for that. I would give my hype rating for that, like just my rating before I watch it, out of just pure hype and just like, how much I want to see it, I would say probably a 6 out of 10. Secret Invasion is supposed to be next on Disney Plus. It's supposed to be a series with the Skrulls, which I'm pretty hyped for. I haven't heard anything about Secret Invasion up until the show is coming out now, because I don't read the comics. Let me get it. I have a Marvel book over here. I have this, the Marvel Encyclopedia, new edition, and Secret Invasion is on there. So is Secret Wars. Like every character to ever exist in Marvel, besides the new ones that they're inventing for these shows, is in this book. Like, I mean, look at this. Howard the Duck is in this book. And I mean, if you look at the cover, like the cover looks fire, and the back too. Like, geez. Obviously, the characters in their comics look different and all. But yeah. So I read up on Secret Invasion a little bit in here, and I think I'm really gonna enjoy this series based on what they're gonna do with it. So I would say the rating for that one is probably a 7.5 out of 10. Next, I'm just gonna assume that Guardians is gonna come out next. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now that's going to be probably a pretty sad movie, considering that it's the last Guardians movie and all the actors and whatnot, all of them are going to be officially leaving. So I'm gonna go ahead and assume that a lot of the characters are going to die. Rocket might die. Star-Lord might die. Gamora might actually come back and be the only survivor. Maybe Drax might survive. Groot might live. Nebula's probably gonna die. Maybe, I don't know. I think definitely they might kill off Rocket and Peter Quill. And then the Guardians are gonna split up and go their separate ways. But if the villain is gonna be oh god, what was the name? I already forgot it. I can't remember the name. I've seen the character that's gonna be the villain in this book. And I can't remember that. High something. Anyway, yeah. If that's gonna be the villain, whatever happened to Adam Warlock? There was the post-credit scene in Volume 2 that showed the birth of Adam Warlock. And they don't appear to be going anywhere with that storyline. Which kind of sucks. I mean, what are you gonna do? High Evolutionary. That's the name. Let me see if I can find him really quick in here. It's supposedly, the villain is going to be High Evolutionary. I can't find him. Oh, Agatha's there. Oh, that's funny. Not there yet. Hold on. This is taking a lot longer than I actually wanted it to. Really? Am I blind or something? Here it is. High Evolutionary. Right here. This guy. In the pink suit. That's supposed to be the villain of Guardians of the Galaxy. Anyway. Yeah. That's supposed to be the villain. And I don't know much about him, so I'm curious to see what they do. Hype rating for Guardians gotta be a 9 out of 10. Can't wait for that movie. Love the Guardians. Really funny. Probably gonna be funnier than the last. Although they tried to be funnier in Thor, the new Thor movie, and people ended up hating it. Anyway, next, next project, summer of 2023, is gonna be Echo. Now, I saw Echo in this book too, and completely forgot. Well, I don't even think I read up on Echo in the first place. So let's find Echo. Yeah, I mean, everybody's hyped for Echo. Here we go. Oh, okay. It's Maya from Hawkeye. She's gonna become Echo. Okay. Never mind. I'm kind of hyped to see where that goes. Okay, never mind. My hype rating for that's gonna be like a, I don't know, probably a 5 out of 10. Compared to everything else, it'd be probably a 5 out of 10. Next is going to be, we'll go with Loki. Loki season 2. Do it. After watching the first season, I cannot tell you how hype I am for season 2 of this show. Like, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 hype rating. It's gonna be sicko mode crazy. Especially because there are portal devices that can lead you to any time, can lead you to other universes too, or other timelines. Is crazy. The Marvels. I don't know how I feel about the Marvels, honestly. Like, I like Captain Marvel as a character. I think she's a pretty cool character. I mean, I haven't finished Miss Marvel yet. So I can't, okay, my hype rating right now for that is probably a 4 out of 10. After I watch Miss Marvel, it is either going to go up or down, and I don't know. But we shall see. As of right now, it's a 4 out of 10, because I like Captain Marvel, but I haven't finished Miss Marvel yet. And I need to, like, finish that before I can actually give it a proper rating. Blade. Now, there was an old Blade movie from, like, the 90s or something that came out. And they're using a different actor now, which I'm okay with. I never saw the old Blade movie, but now, oh, it is going to be a movie. Huh. Wow. It doesn't say Disney Plus under it, which means it's going to be an origin movie. They're finally going to do an origin movie instead of an origin TV series. This is what I've wanted this whole time. For them to not do TV series as origin stories. Like, I understand that there's, like, some compelling story that can't be told in 2 to 3 hours of screen time. But at the same time, I feel like You could condense Miss Marvel into a like 2 hour, 2.5 hour movie. Miss Marvel could totally be a movie. There's no reason as to why it shouldn't be a movie. It totally can be. Whatever. Blade, a hype rating for Blade is probably right now a 6 out of 10. If they release a trailer on it, gonna be a lot higher. I might as well do the She-Hulk right now because they released the She-Hulk trailer earlier, and after watching the first teaser trailer they released for She-Hulk, I was like, okay, this has some potential. And they released a new trailer, and I'm like, dude, okay, this is gonna be epic. I can't wait for this to start streaming on Disney Plus. I'm actually genuinely excited for one of these origins on Disney Plus now. So I'd say my hype rating for She-Hulk is most likely a 9 out of 10. And for Black Panther 2, I'm gonna go with a 7 out of 10 because I don't know what the storyline's gonna be. Obviously, Chadwick Boseman passed, so he can't play Black Panther anymore. And so T'Challa's dead in the movie, is what it appears to be. In the trailer, the vibes that it gives off in the trailer is that T'Challa has died as well. And Namor's gonna be in it, so the hype goes up to like a 7 out of 10. Someone else is the new Black Panther. It might be M'Baku. It might be Killmonger. He may have survived. They may have saved his life secretly and never told anybody that he's alive. And they resurrected him and said, hey, T'Challa's dead. We need you to be the Black Panther. And we need you to help us lead Wakanda. Or it could be Shuri. I don't know. We'll see. I think I prefer Shuri as the new Black Panther. Just saying. Next is Ironheart on Disney Plus. I think this is an origin for like some girl that's really like just crazy with Iron Man or whatever. She's like a teenager and then she gets inspired and makes her own suits or something. I don't know. I actually have no clue what this is going to be about. It has iron in it, so it's obviously going to be something related to Iron Man suits. Isn't Armor Wars supposed to come out too? Did they cancel Armor Wars with Rhodey? War Machine was supposed to be in Armor Wars. Did they cancel that? Because I haven't seen a trailer come out for it. Is it still actually happening, or is it still on? Let me check. I don't know if it's on. I don't know if they're doing it anymore. I can't type on this thing. Give me a break. I just got this thing. And I haven't used this at all to type. Armor Wars release date. What? Oh, that's the comics. Armor Wars MCU. It says it's still there. It says they're still supposed to release it. It's with Rhodey and it has to deal with like his tech, Tony Stark's tech falling into the wrong hands, aka Mysterio. But Rhodey's gonna be a huge part of that. I think my hype rating for that, since just to see Iron Man's tech back and Rhodey back in the suit, is probably I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 for hype rating. I honestly forgot that was a thing for a little while because they haven't said anything about it in so long. But back to Ironheart. Since I don't know much about it, I give it a 5 out of 10 for rating. I don't really, I don't know much about it. I don't know who I don't know who is gonna play, who's gonna be in it, or whatever. But yeah, that's about it. That's about all I have to say for Ironheart. Moving on to Agatha, Coven of Chaos, if that's how you say that. It could be Coven, it could be Coven. I don't know. Why not just call it Oven of Chaos? Alright, new name. Agatha Oven of Chaos on Disney Plus. For some reason, they're making a backstory to Agatha, even though we really don't need one. Why? Kevin. Mr. Feige, come on, bro. We don't need a backstory. We don't even need anything. Like, if this explains the backstory for Agatha, I guess that kind of works. But if this is what happens to her after WandaVision, why? We don't need that. If it happens after WandaVision, why? Like, why would you even make that? We don't need that. If it happens before WandaVision, like, it's her backstory, more backstory than just a little bit that we got in the show, I guess that's cool. I mean, I really don't care. If it's a backstory for Agatha, I'm probably not going to watch it. If it's a flash forward, like what happens after WandaVision, I'm definitely not watching it. But I just don't understand why we need that. So my hype rating for that's like a 3 out of 10 because I really don't care. I don't think we need it. Anyway, spring 2024, Daredevil, Born Again. That's going to be interesting. So I think this is supposed to be a sequel to the original Daredevil show on Netflix. Because as we all know, the Netflix Avengers are in fact canon to the MCU. They just haven't really been introduced yet. So this is a sequel to the original series, which I have not watched. I know my dad did. My dad watched the first 2 seasons. I think there's a third one. I don't know entirely. Um, but yeah, I need to watch the original series to understand this one. So because I haven't seen the original, my hype rating for Daredevil is probably going to be sitting at a 5 out of 10. The only thing that bumps it up to a 5 is the fact that he's going to be in She-Hulk. He was in Spider-Man and whatnot. So yeah. Next, I don't know, May 9th, I think is what that says, 2024. Captain America 4. Gonna be a really good movie. Captain America New World Order. Now, I'm not as entirely sure what this means. Like, what do they mean by New World Order? I don't know. In my hair. Anyway, hype rating for Captain America. Can't wait to see Sam Wilson back in action with the new suit that he got, looking drippy. The new shield and everything. I wonder if they're gonna bring back U.S. Agent. Bucky's probably gonna reappear in this, and the hype rating for that's probably I'm gonna go 8 out of 10. On to Phase 6. That was Phase 5. On to Phase 6. Fantastic Four. Haven't seen the other 2 movies. Reed Richards and Multiverse of Madness was a complete letdown. So I'm gonna go ahead and give that just a 4 out of 10. Since they have to reboot it again. Reed Richards isn't gonna be played by John Krasinski in our universe, which I don't like. But I mean, we're gonna have to deal with it anyway. So yeah. 2 Avengers movies in 1 year. That's going to be a lot to take in. Avengers: The Kang Dynasty. Now, because we're getting all these separate origin stories, and Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch might show up in there, all the other old Avengers, like Thor, might come back, and all of them are going to form a giant Avengers team. Now, that's going to be dope if they actually do that. Like Kate Bishop, Hawkeye, everybody that we've seen, Yelena, everybody just comes together. It's like a giant, 15 person 15 to 20 person Avengers team. That is going to be sick. Like, that might actually top Endgame. I'm not entirely sure, but it's going to be dope, especially because they're fighting Kang the Conqueror. I've read in this book, dude, Kang has fought the Avengers in multiple timelines, multiple different times, like many times. Like, he's fought them like a bunch of times in the comics. And I cannot wait to see what they do with him. Hopefully, I'm going to say they probably won't kill him off. But my hype rating for Avengers Kang Dynasty is going to have to be like a 8 out of 10. And after they release all these other shows, it's going to be sicko mode. Especially, dude, Moon Knight. If Mark Spector gets back in the suit with Jake Lockley, it's going to be crazy. If they even do a season 2 of that show, I don't think they will. Avengers Secret Wars. Now, I know a lot of people are happy over this. I've read up on Secret Wars, and here, it's basically all the Avengers get respawned, all the dead people get respawned, and everybody else gets taken to like some planet or whatever, and they all just have a secret giant war fight up there. It's crazy. It's crazy. Iron Man might be back. I don't know. No promises though. Hype rating for that's a 10 out of 10 for sure. Cannot wait for that to happen. My parents are home and my sister's gonna start yelling at me for playing family game night, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop recording. So. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I cannot wait for the Avengers movies. Dude, 3 more years. Wait it out. I will literally almost be done with high school by the time the last Avengers movie comes out for Phase 6. I'll have 1 year left, maybe. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.